All right, so if you're looking to change the Kamado styled grill or those big green eggs as O-rings so you can kind of trap that smoke in a little bit more, we're gonna show you how to do that real quick. It's pretty simple, shouldn't take you that long, and you can get to grilling. I do suggest 3 days though, just so you can let the adhesive cure. That's just kind of a forewarning. But other than that, this is a simple project that we're gonna be able to do and knock out pretty quick. When you go to do this, you're gonna need 2 things: a really good paint scraper and then your gasket rings. This will keep all of the heat and smoke on the inside, but this is essentially what we're replacing. So it's a few bucks on Amazon if you need to go get one. But when you go to get the paint scraper, make sure it's real hard and sturdy. All right, so let's go scrape this off. And then once that grill has cooled, we will put the new on. So first things first, let's just get it scraped. So when you do this, you just want to do a nice, easy scrape. It should kind of come off or peel off for you. And notice I've done it while it's warm, so it's a little easier for it to come right off. And then, and there you go. So when you do this, you should make sure to get the top because that also is going to need to be changed. Now, another good thing to have is a good wire brush. I mean, you can just use your grill brush because you're going to want to come through and just give it a light scrub. Make sure it's smooth. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to replace the gasket on here. But we're going to let the grill cool down first since we did heat it up and we're kind of trying to clean the whole thing. It should look pretty good when we're done with it, and it will work great. So this may take overnight and I might have to come back to it in the morning, but once we're finished up, I'll make sure to show you guys and we'll see you in a minute. All right, so after your grill's cooled down, I've basically waited a day. Granted, it's been more than a day for me because it rained, but I waited a day, let the grill cool down, and then we washed it out and got all the ashes that were left in there out. You may have a few of those lava rocks that sometimes end up in some of your bags of charcoal in there. I leave them in, that's up to you, honestly, but I leave them in just because they help retain the heat inside the grill in the long run. So we did make sure to get a really good scrub around the rim here. And we want to make sure that we do that because we want the adhesive to stick to the ceramic, and making sure it's a nice clean area that'll help a lot. All right, and since we've got our rim nice and clean, we're gonna go ahead and grab our gasket. We're gonna put that on and get that nice and sealed around the edges. All right, so this gasket here is pretty simple to work with. It's got just this adhesive piece right here on the bottom, and then you'll just peel that off. And then once you get done peeling that off, you're gonna take it, you can start it kind of wherever you'd like. And then you're just gonna work it all the way around the rim of the grill. And it's not gonna be like this, the best circle. There's probably better ways to do this as well, but it's pretty easy. You're probably gonna have some excess, so you're gonna want your knife to cut that off. So give me a sec. All right, so it might not be the perfect circle, but you can at least see where you gotta do to get the edge. So as long as you make sure you get the edge properly done, you should be good. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. These two will meet one way or another, and then they'll create their seal. Okay, so once you've got your gasket on, the next thing that you're wanting to do is just kind of let it sit for a little while. You want the adhesive to stick to the ceramic, so I'd give it a few hours. It's a little later in the afternoon. I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to start grilling. That way we're for sure gonna at least have that seal sealed. But let it sit overnight, close the lid, and you should be good to go and start grilling. Let's see you tomorrow. All right, so now that we've waited a little over at least 6 hours, I think mine was close to 24, but at least we've waited a little over 6 hours, and we've got a nice seal on our ring, and the lid should close pretty well. With your older model, don't really worry too much if you have a little bit of a gap in that seal. It's just pressure as well. You gotta think about that. This is only gonna do as much as it can, and you're probably needing to tighten down the back a little bit just because the springs wear out. So if you have any other leak issues or anything like that, go ahead and put some questions in the comments below. Either I or somebody else may be able to help you with what you're working on or what you're having a question on. Other than that, man, it's grilling time. I mean, I think it works, and time to eat. Happy grilling. We'll see you guys soon.